Good morning. Today is Sunday, April 13th, 2025, and this is the weekly Bitcoin price forecast. So, looking at where Bitcoin went in the past week and where it could potentially go in the future. So, this is the 2 year mark. This is 2 years. This is week 104. It's kind of crazy that we've been talking about it for this long, but again, definitely a journey that I've been more than happy to follow for sure. I mean, all the way from down here. That was April of 2023. So I think it was like April 16th. So all following Bitcoin all the way from 28,000 down to 25, and then shooting all the way up past 100. Like, it's been definitely cool to watch for sure. And I know that we got a lot more gas in the tank too. So I mean, as we see this, we're going to keep going up and up and up. I don't have those doubts in my mind. How high we go, I don't know, but we're definitely going to go much higher than this. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. For anyone who's watching the episode, for sure, it's been something that I've been happy to do. So let's get to it, right? So we are in April right now, mid-April, and price is just kind of stagnant. It's been really stagnant for the past 2 months. It's been like kind of ranging this way. You see it's going up and down, but really it hasn't kind of been able to get below 80-something thousand. Like, it's peaked below for a little bit, but it stayed here. And now it looks like we're kind of on our way back up, and I believe we will continue on up in this direction. So once you start getting past 88 and all these other levels, then you can start doing something for real. But I can't really get excited until we start breaking this $100,000 level and keep going. So again, this is your monthly chart. A whole bunch of indecision over the last 2 months, but there has been a lot of activity. It's I think we're at the point where they've had so much pent up, kind of economic energy that now Bitcoin's really going to get a chance to shine. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. That's all we can say. But this is promising for sure. So let's look at the weekly chart real quick. Again, coming all the way from down here, you had long periods of ranging, and that's the thing about Bitcoin. Like, it ranges for like a very long time, then it has a liftoff period. And then it ranges for another very long time. Then it has like a liftoff period, and now it has this period right here where it's come down, but it also has a liftoff period. So the thing I'm looking at is it's bounced off this. This is the weekly moving average, the white line. So it has bounced off of this line multiple times. It's bounced off that line, and we're sitting there right now. You can't really get below it. And there's other things that are holding price up here too. But now that I see like this weekly candle, that just to me looks like that we're really starting to break out. It engulfed this candle, so that's pretty good. And I believe that we're going to continue going on up, getting probably facing some resistance in this range, but I think you'll see like a slow grind up to like 110, and then like you get out of this atmosphere and you just kind of keep going. So we'll see. We're getting to the point of the period where things just start moving a lot faster. So we'll turn the drawings on, and this is kind of like what I was saying. Like, for Bitcoin, you have these long periods of ranging, and then it just breaks out. And then again, you had a bull flag here, long period, 8 months of ranging, and then it breaks out again. And now what I'm seeing is that we're having a shorter period of ranging. Like, okay, it's coming down here. Like, this was 8 months. This was like what, 2022 to 2023. So that's like a year and a half. This was 8 months. This is roughly about 4 months. So let's say, year and a half, 8 months, 4 months. So it just keeps on getting smaller and smaller as time goes by, is what I'm trying to get at. That time horizon just gets smaller and smaller. So I do expect it here to kind of have one of these breakout periods to where price just kind of runs up. Because we've already come down to this line, which is a key indicator. You have, as I've said, all these areas of protection below it. It's good. This is a fantastic setup. People are kind of nervous right now because, oh my God, tariffs, all this other stuff. I'm excited. Like, I'm actually really excited, at least for Bitcoin, for people who hold Bitcoin. Because like, if you really think about it, let's look at this for a second. The last 2 weeks have been some of the bloodiest weeks that we've seen in the stock market since like 2008. And actually, I don't think it's over either. We'll talk about that later. But despite all that, you still have a Bitcoin that had a very positive week last week. That was up 7.5%. That's great, all things considered. That's fantastic, especially when you look at what happened to the rest of the market. So seeing it perform this well is a reason that I've been so adamant about it for quite some time. Even going back to 2023 and whatnot. You had a huge bank crash. This candle right here. You had a huge bank crash in early March of 2023. And then the next week, Bitcoin literally just ran off to all these different crazy highs. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. So this was actually where I started getting into Bitcoin for real, because it's doing the same thing that it did back then. You have this crazy market sell off, and it just outperforms, and then it just keeps on going. Then you have all this other stuff, and it just keeps on outperforming, and you start seeing more adoption. It's crazy. This is the best technology I've ever seen, especially if we're talking about the world of finance. Like it's incredible. There's a reason I've been able to talk about this for 2 years without exhausting, for sure, because there's always something new. Let's take a look here. Really, I mean, we see it's kind of like X marks the spot here. You're at the bottom of this ascending channel, and then you're also in this channel too, to where once you've reached the bottom, the expectation is that you go up. You see how both of these things meet right here, and then the expectation is that it will go up here, bump the top of this for a second, probably bump here, kind of slowly, like I said, slowly grind up here, because there is a lot of resistance around here. But once you start getting to like 104, 108, and above there's going to be nothing stopping it. And I think it's just going to be a great advance up to the upside until you start seeing some really rapid movement. Probably some resistance here, but yeah, above 120, 130, it's just going to fly. Because there's nothing else holding it down. Nothing holding it down at all. And we'll see. So yeah, about 120, 130, I think that's the real key, the one to beat. We're going to move through here pretty quickly, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't think there's too much more to talk about on the charts. Again, a heavy area of support right here that could turn into a liftoff pad, a launch pad. So let's look at the news. What happened in the last week? You had CPI come in below expectations. So you see it's dropping. So last month it was 2.8%. CPI is inflation. So last month it was 2.8%. And now it dropped. They were expecting 2.5. It dropped to 2.4. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, like in terms of pacing for inflation. So I do think that they're going to end up cutting interest rates. That's going to actually probably exacerbate the sell-off a little bit because there's another factor here, and it is the Bank of Japan. It's interesting because they've held a emergency Fed meeting with it somewhere in here. Like I think it was like Tuesday or something. They had an emergency Fed meeting, and then these inflation numbers come out, which in favor cutting rates. So it's going to be interesting. It would take a lot to explain. I may just make a video fully on the reverse yen carry trade and how that affects the global markets. But this is important. This is critical. Yeah, and then you have Fed Chair Powell speaking on the 16th, which is Wednesday. That's Wednesday. So he's speaking on Wednesday. Right now we're at Sunday, April 13th. And then you're going into Good Friday and Easter. I don't even know if the market's open then. I don't even know if the market's open on Friday. So I think this could be a very interesting week with the markets for sure. Especially if we do get some type of announcement about a rate cut and whatnot. We'll just have to see how that looks. The other reason I'm optimistic about Bitcoin, right, is because it has a very high correlation to following the global liquidity. But there's like about a 10 to 12 week lag on it. So global M2, that's the amount of kind of dollars, priced in dollars, that's in the total global market. So the U.S., China, the Bank of England, the rest of Europe, and then all these other major countries. So Bank of Japan too. So all that money that they have in their system, this is added up. And if you track that, Bitcoin tracks it pretty well. And we see that the global N2 has been it's been going up for the last several months. So I think we really did hit an inflection point now to where it's going to start to lag it and follow it. So hey, like I said, I think Bitcoin really is an economic life raft, especially if we see things going the other way. So yeah, Ralph Powell. He's been talking about this for quite some time. Probably one of the best economists out there right now, if you look at the macro landscape. Him and his company, Real Vision. So yeah, I mean, definitely a good voice to listen to for sure. But this has proven itself to be a great model for Bitcoin. We'll see how it goes. Other thing, China's not doing too hot. With the Chinese yuan plummets to its lowest level since 2007. So the dollar is rapidly getting stronger against the Chinese currency. And just the opposite is happening in Japan. So the U.S. dollar is actually getting quite weak against the yen. So I mean, this is. Oh, let me see. Bitcoin. What do we want to look at? Gold. This is the stock market. I don't know why it's not working with me. All right, I don't know why it's pausing. Am I connected? It's unfortunate. Reload this. Dang, it's unfortunate. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and end it here. Yeah, again, this has been Chris Talks Crypto. Check out a crypto-based resources on christalkscrypto.com. Again, thank y'all for watching. If you've even watched one episode or read one email, I definitely appreciate it. Definitely something that I've been happy to do, and I think we're going to see a lot of gains throughout the future. So it's much more about just the money getting aspect of it. Obviously, that is very important, but I think we're really looking at a revolutionary technology. A revolutionary technology for sure that is it's going to allow us to do some great things. Like it's going to really, I think, hedge. It's a hedge against inflation. It's a hedge against recession. It's a hedge against all these other things. I've just watched Bitcoin's performance, and I think it's going to continue to perform in that way. So again, like I said, check out the resources. I appreciate y'all watching, and I will see y'all on the moon. Take care. Bye bye.